Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
I gave you the forms. Thanks for signing the consent forms.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions on them?
Yes, what are those forms about?
So you signed them already, but it
Mm-hmm.
is so anything that if you harm yourself and you harm others, or if somebody harms you, I have to report it. So I just
Okay.
want to tell you. But everything else you
Okay.
tell me is between me and you. Nobody
Okay.
else knows.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So you can be open to any situation or anything that's going on with you today,
Mm-hmm.
or anything you want to talk about. Let me know.
Okay, sounds good because I have a lot to talk about and I'm looking forward to, this session.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So, the reason I'm here today
Mhm.
is I experienced social anxiety and I really needed to talk to someone about it.
Mhm.
So, I've had social anxiety my entire life,
Okay.
but went undiagnosed with it. I never took any medication, anything like that. But I just tried like natural ways to approach it. But now it came to a point when I was like, you know what, I need to speak to someone about it because I don't think I can figure it out by myself.
So what is the social anxiety feeling that you get?
So basically, when I'm like in a group setting, like it can be work meetings, it can be a party, it can be a family event, it can be a subway, like just being in a crowded rush hour subway. It can be like like settings like that where it's like a group of people, a lot of people in it, and that I start feeling very strong, you know, very strong feelings in my stomach, in my heart, and like my mind starts racing, and also like my body starts shaking. So
I'm so sorry to hear that.
mm-hmm.
Um, what do you think makes you makes you feel that way? Like what gets you into that feeling?
I think the first thing that happens is my own thoughts, like my own judgmental thoughts.
And what are those thoughts?
And those thoughts are, I am negative thoughts. Like, I am gonna start shaking right now because, I usually, when I'm in a social setting, that's what happens. Or I'm gonna predict what's gonna happen. My thoughts are gonna do that for me. So I'm not able to like control that. If I hear like sounds on the subway, like loud sounds, somebody screaming or yelling, that also can trigger my anxiety. So things like that. Or if it's like a crowd that I don't know, like people I don't know and I have to get to know them, that can also trigger. But it happened with people that I already know, like with my aunts in like a family event, that have that feeling of being so anxious and not knowing exactly where it's coming from. So sometimes it's clear that is my thoughts. Sometimes it's clear that it's the noise or the screaming of people. And sometimes it's not clear. Sometimes it's just there and I don't know where it's coming from.
So do you think it's at random as well? Is that what you are rephasing? Like you don't know when it's gonna happen? Like you don't know who it's gonna be around?
Yes.
So it's random.
It just randomly happens. Yes.
So it's not like the same thing like you on a subway or you with your aunt. It's every time is different.
Every time is different. Yes.
But it's always the same feeling.
But it's always anxiety. Yeah.
Is there any things you have did to help you in situations?
I feel like because I've, practiced the yoga and meditation for over a decade, like that helped me a little bit to like use my breathing techniques and use my, redirecting my thoughts but there are moments that these two skills don't really work, like almost produce the opposite effect. Like the more I breathe, the more anxious I get, or the more I redirect my thoughts, the more it brings me back right where I need to, deal with it. And I just don't know how to deal with it.
Do you think the yoga is helping you cope in ways that you haven't did before you got into yoga? Like,
Yes, there are moments that it helps me a lot. Like, for example, in the morning, like grounding, postures, grounding techniques, they do help me set the stage for myself for the day.
mm-hmm.
I feel like good quality sleep also helps me, like some supplements
Mm-hmm.
that I probably don't get with my nutrition, with my food, they help me as well. Um, and there are things that when I do them in daily basis and I keep like my routines in order, like I know my sleeping routine is in place, my waking up time is always the same, my food is nutritious and good. These things all support, the yoga supports, the
Mm-hmm.
stretching supports, relaxes the muscles and helps a little bit. But then there are moments that although I've done all of these,
Mm-hmm.
you know, preparations to have a successful day,
Yeah.
there is a moment when, oh, here it comes, here it is again. Social anxiety. It's a group of people, and now, oh my god, I feel so awkward. I don't even know if I'm making sense what I'm saying, if I'm making, if I'm relating to these people in a genuine way, or am I just there?
And what are the vitamins that you take?
Like I take vitamin D because I have deficiency vitamin D, and then I take like flax seeds, which is omega-3 amino acids.
Nice. And what kind of yoga moves do you know?
Like for yoga, I use like upside down postures, like back bends, like grounding ones that are like floor standing movements. These are all great things in the moment, but yeah, but they are not like solving my problem. They are just helping me manage what's going on with me internally.
Also, how many hours of sleep when you feel good?
Say that again.
How many hours of sleep does it make you feel good?
Oh,
like you were saying.
I need like 8 hours of sleep every day.
8 hours?
Yeah, 8 hours of sleep.
Are you getting that 8 hours before you do any of these activities? Have you noticed that you haven't been sleeping? Like when you see your aunt, have you been sleeping the 8 hours? Are you, before that, like you said with the subway, are you having good sleep before you go on the subway?
I think most of these moments that I described is when I also didn't have good sleep. Like I worked overnight to go to college, or I had to do many things to survive by myself in a new country, and also like I came here by myself and I had to do everything on my own. And so yeah, I think the sleep quality, financial stress, like all these things contributed to having, anxiety in general, and maybe also social anxiety from, being in a new culture, speaking a new language, not being, struggling to integrate.
Do you think that you being out of your country is affecting you mentally?
There is pros and cons,
Okay.
because in a way I'm happy that I'm out of my country, because my country has been going through war when I was a teenager, and I'm glad I'm out of that energy. That's positive. And I have more opportunities being here, but it's also stressful being in a new country, in a new culture, in a new environment, things, being new for you. So you have to adopt, you are the one who has to adjust and adopt and assimilate and learn, and so all of that takes skills, and takes work, and takes knowledge, and takes support, and takes all of these things. And sometimes I feel alone in that.
Do you think you got any adapting skills that you think will help you when you have anxiety? With you, like because you moved to a new country, that's very exciting. Like, very different. Not really sure where you're from, but it's a big, America's a big change, that you're elaborating, saying that it's very different, from
Mm-hmm.
your country.
Mm-hmm.
What are the differences that you can tell me that you think that you're adapting differently?
Like a big cultural shock.
Meaning,
Meaning mindset.
oh,
Mindset, like very different mindset from where I come from how I was raised to here. I would say the opposite, kind of the opposite. I have to do everything I think it should be done that way, has to be switched because it's just the opposite, you know?
mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that you will help me, through this session to understand a little bit my own anxiety
Mm-hmm.
and to understand how I can, deal with it when it happens. Like,
Yeah. So with the culture shock, what do you mean by that? Like what is the like what can you elaborate of how you feel that way? Like,
mm,
are you saying that you don't have anybody that speaks the same as you? Or are you saying that your I understand your family's not here, but is it that because you don't have the support of your family? Like, is that what's really giving your anxiety, that you're by yourself?
mm, yeah, so definitely, like, one part of it is like vulnerability. Like, we don't talk about our feelings, we don't talk about what we think, we just talk about general topics, we talk about politics or music, like things outside of ourselves. And me, as a person who is very passionate about my inner world, it's like a disconnect, you know? Even if I was living, in the same culture now that, I'm here and it's different, but yes, it's a very different culture in that sense that we just, talk about broad topics. We don't talk about, how you're doing, how you're really doing. Like if somebody asks you how you're doing here, like the person will answer, oh, I'm exhausted. But if that question is asked back home, everybody will tell you they are feeling great, and then it will take like 15 minutes for them to tell you honestly how they're doing. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So that's the biggest, like, honesty is not like the greatest value, I guess. We like pretend a lot, we show face that it's not true.
So do you think, that could help? Do you think the culture is helping you? Like the more you're in, like you're getting involved in yourself, like because you're not having to like, tell the truth about how you feel. Do you think it's connecting you in ways that you didn't connect when you lived in your country?
I think it contributed to my anxiety. It didn't
Oh.
help anything. Yeah, it contributed to anxiety because I feel like the moment I started accepting what's happening and being honest with myself
Mm-hmm.
and being true to what's going on with me internally,
Mm-hmm.
help, helps me a little bit to understand, you know? Although I don't fully understand, at least I know, okay, this is normal, this is, many people experience this. If I were to live back home, nobody talks about social anxiety. Like, nobody has anxiety, nobody needs a therapist. So there is a huge stigma
So
around
you
it.
think the norm of living in America is beneficial for you?
I think it's beneficial, although it's challenging, it's still beneficial because I'm learning every day. I'm challenged, but I'm learning a lot. So,
That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Um, do you think these challenges are making you a better person in ways of, like, you think your country would not put you in the same, um, it would hold you back a little bit if you were still there, like you benefiting with, exploring your inner self and like
Mm-hmm.
learning anxiety and how to, like, saying, oh, I don't feel good today, like you just said, like,
Yeah.
do you think that's benefiting?
I mean, if I were to live there, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I could live my full authentic self. Like, I would always have to pretend I'm doing fine, or I'm. So living here, you can be your authentic self. You can pursue a dream life that you have. You can date anyone you want. You can change your career, like I'm doing right now. I'm a music teacher. Before teaching music, I worked in hotels. Now I'm pursuing social work myself. So it's like I'm making all these changes because I live here. And if I was living back home, I would never, ever, ever go back to school in my 40s because there is a huge stigma around that. Like in your 40s, you should be able to have it figured out already. So you haven't even figured out what you want to do with your life. So it's a lot of judgment. It's a very judgmental, society. So
Do you think that you are learning more about your community being in America? Like, are you friends with people in your culture, or are you just friends with people that are American?
I'm friends with all people that are kind and good people. So it doesn't matter if they're from my country or not, as long as they we share similar values. I'm friends with. Like it doesn't matter where you're from.
So you're easygoing and
Easygoing and open to new friendships, no matter where they're from, what they believe, as long as we have things in common and we share values.
so you make good friendships.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
very good.
Mhm.
So, I have one homework assignment for you.
Okay.
So my assignment for you is to think about what you could do in your community that you're having. What are 3 things you can approach with one of your friends that is in your country? Like maybe have a conversation with them about anxiety and stuff. Like maybe
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
that would help you express your social anxiety. Maybe somebody else is feeling that way
Yeah.
in the
Definitely.
community here.
Yes. Here I could definitely.
Yeah, but somebody in your community
Yes,
that
yes.
is familiar with your
Yes.
background as well.
Yes. I definitely would be able to do that.
And then we'll talk about it next week.
Perfect.
Thank you so
Sounds good.
much. I hope you
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed our session.
Thank you for the work, and yes, this was really helpful. You just helped me. You guide me through things that I was not aware of. Where all the anxiety was coming from, and like looking back at my background and my community and my culture and my beliefs really shows a little bit more like where the anxiety is coming from, and then hopefully we can find ways next time to tackle social anxiety and maybe some coping skills that can help with that.
Yep.
But thank you so much for all the time and for listening and for making me feel seen and heard.
No problem. Anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.